I'm supposed to speak on the parasha, but I'm speaking on Bahar B'chukoisai. V'chisoima, ma noichal b'shona hashminis. What are you going to eat? Hein loy nizra v'loy nesaf es tavur seinu. We didn't seed, we didn't plant, we didn't gather anything in because it was Shemitah. So the Eibishter says, V'tzivisi es berchosi. I'm going to command my bracha v'osas es hatvua l'shloish hashonim. And you'll have bounty 6th, 7th, and 8th. So the Welt asks, if you ask, you get bounty for 6th, 7th, and 8th. If you don't ask, then you get it. So Rabbi Dovid Zatzal, whose Yortzeit is this Friday, says like this: the Welt answers, if you ask, I'm going to give you 6, 7, and 8 with bounty. If you don't ask, oh, billionaire, much more, much more, much more. Rabbi Dovid says, totally different. And this was his life. Gives a marshal. Boys going to camp. Not camp monk. Maybe camp monk. The Menal calls up his mother and says, Chaim has to go to camp for 2 weeks. He can't go away from mommy. He's 15. He's going away for 2 weeks, or he can't come back to yeshiva. The night before, there's tantrum in the house. The kid ain't going away, but he has to go. The night before, he says to his mother, Ma, what am I going to eat? So she says, Chaim, you think I'm sending you to a camp where they don't give food? They have smorgasbord, breakfast, lunch, and supper. You can pick what you want. In my brother's days, Mrs. Sussman was there, and she made whatever you wanted. And when the child was lost in the forest, she was up at 3 a.m. baking cakes for everybody that went on the search. In any case, back to this boy. And there's a canteen, and Mrs. Monk will take care of you. Zot Reb Dovid, who can do better? This boy's mother or the Rebbeinu Shalom? Now it's a foolish question. What am I going to eat? But the Torah says, V'chinoimar. The Eibishter says, Rachmana, the Eibishter says, what am I going to eat? V'chisoima manoichal, Zot Reb Dovid. You know what the Torah is teaching? There's no such thing as a foolish question. If a child asks, it's a choshev question and you answer. You see, you don't know. Ray Monk had another brother, Reb Naftali. He was the Rosh Yeshiva in Adelphia. And they played a game. A boy asked the question. There's a word like that in Tosfos. My brother jumped up. Wow, I can't believe it. You asked Tosfos Kasha. Tosfos Kasha. He said something similar to a letter in the Tosfos. My brother would give the boy a note to go to Reb Naftali. Reb Naftali had a pile of sperm this high. And he says, oh, I have to look. There's no such thing as a foolish question. And now on my Shahaya that happened with me, it's not in the book. I told it to the Rebbetzin Leah. My son made a kiddush in Lakewood. I'm sitting there. Woman comes in. Little children tagging on to her apron strings. And she says to me, you Rabbi Trenk? I say, I'm Zevi Trenk. Your brother was Reb Dovid? I say, yes. Proud to be his younger brother. She said she was in the hospital. She was in the doctor's office. She's got I don't want to show on myself, a body cast. And she's in a wheelchair with straps around seatbelts because she's in a body cast. Reb Dovid, today, somebody can be for chemotherapy somebody for an ingrown toenail, and somebody in a body cast. They're all in the same waiting room. Rabbi Dovid rolls over and says, Mrs., what happened? She said she was in a terrible car accident. Her neck, her spine, her body. And the doctor said she'll never walk. Rabbi Dovid was beside Yomov already. He was also in a wheelchair. He rolls over, and then he takes his huge arms. They didn't get smaller even though he was weaker. And he puts his hands on the side, and he stands up in the waiting room. It didn't matter who was there. You will walk! You will walk! You will walk! And she walks over. She's walking! Your brother said I would walk. The doctor said I wouldn't, but your brother said I would. And later on, her husband came in. He verified the story, and he says, Rabbi Dovid asked him, what do you do? He said, I'm a rebbi. You're a rebbi? Of course she's going to walk. She has to walk. And the little children are holding on to the apron strings. Yehi Zichroi Baruch of Rabbi Dovid. Camp Monk, keep on going. Keep on pumping. The Gdolim come. Rabbi Dovid danced for them. Oh, did he take care of those Gdolim? Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky, rebellious Fei. And of course, Rabbi Dovid Cohen. Alle sollen sein gesund, Yibodol L'chaim, und some of them sei gesund, a guten Shabbos.